All right, we were one run better tonight, and that's really the bottom line. I thought Aiden actually pitched pretty well. Some tough luck there in the first inning with a couple of errors, but that's a really good Louisville team, really good offense, high pressure offense. Put a lot of pressure on our defense. We did not handle it well, I didn't think. I thought we were a little bit sped up defensively. But we got 2 3-run homers tonight, which we typically don't rely on the 3-run homer for our scoring, but we certainly needed them tonight. And Collins hit in the first was huge, and then no hit in this game was bigger than Jack's 2-out 3-run homer to take the lead, and proved to be a very important insurance run when we went up by 2. So 1-run game, tough battle, well-coached teams, high pressure team, a lot of speed, a lot of action, and so learn a couple of lessons in the win, but glad that it was a win, because that's a great team, and we'll have our hands full the rest of the weekend, but certainly glad we got off to the right start on this game 1 of this series.
Questions for Crighton?
Jack, take us through that at-bat in the 7th, 2 outs, as Coach said. What was going through your mind? What did you see? And I believe that was your first in your career. I mean, that's just the stuff of dreams, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just sticking to the approach that my coaches gave me, and I was just trying to put my team in the best place to win.
Is that something that you dreamed of growing up, just hitting the game-winning home run like that, dead center field?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting to do that for the team, and yeah.
What's it say about this team's mental makeup that you guys are able to win these close games like this, 8-0 now in 1-run games?
Yeah, we just always believe we're going to win the game, and our team, we're like brothers, and we all believe in each other and trust each other, so we always think we can win any game.
Jack, what did that celebration feel like? 100th career game, you hit the first home run, give the team the lead, and the guys are going crazy for you.
Yeah, it just was awesome to be able to celebrate with my teammates. They're all the best, and they're all my best friends, and it was just awesome.
Did you feel like it had enough to get out off the bat, or were you a little bit unsure?
Yeah, I hope so when I hit it, but I wasn't completely sure.
Anything else for Jack? All right, Jack, here's keys. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jack.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
All right, questions for
How'd
Coach?
you get that? They selling those here?
Yes, sir.
Coach, you've been kind of rotating your right fielders a little bit this season. Picked a good one to start tonight with Jack.
Yeah, we're just trying to play the hot hand. It feels like Jack, has been swinging the bat pretty well, and had 4 balls hit over 100 miles an hour last game, and hit that one tonight, 104. Hit the one to the right field fence. That one could have been a homer as well, but hit that one almost 100. So he's seeing it pretty good. And so again, it's hard to write a lineup and not have Jack Crighton, Tristan Becerra, and Tristan McClatty in the lineup. So it's just been, giving all of them opportunities and trying to keep them all going, keep them all fresh, and just trying to, just play the hot hand of whoever that may be, because they're all very, very good players, and they all should be in there. They all deserve to be in there. Nobody shouldn't be in there. So it's a good problem to have, but it's great to see a guy like Jack, who, maybe of those 3 guys has had the least total at-bats on the year, and come up big in a clutch spot like that.
You mentioned Aiden cannot deal with the tough luck in the early bout of that. What does that say about his mental toughness to be able to rebound and shut Louisville out the rest of the way for those last 4 innings?
Yeah, I thought, that you knew Louisville was going to be relentless with just their aggressive style of play. They really swing the bats. There's no easy outs in that lineup. It's 1 through 9 of either speed or hard contact or good approaches or bunt or whatever the case may be. So, they had a really good approach against Aiden early, and they were on. It seemed like they were just on. It's not that they were on just one pitch. They were putting some really good swings against a really good pitcher. And then Aiden, being Aiden, adjusted and started going to some of his other pitches, started using the cutter a little bit more, and using the changeup a little bit more effectively, and then allowing that fastball to play up a little bit, and just did what he had to do to kind of settle in. But if he doesn't settle in and get us, through the sixth, then that's a totally different ball game. So that's a sign of a good pitcher that throws 31 pitches in the first inning. Things are going sideways. He gives up a quick 2-spot in the second inning, but then just has the poise and the mental capacity just to calm things down and just settle the game down. So that was a big deal, and just allowed us to mentally, we knew we were keeping it close. It was a 2-run game, then it was a 1-run game, and we're like, all right, we're gonna get them. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna find a way.
What goes into allowing you guys to be so successful in these 1-run games?
Probably a couple of things. One, it's we train for it, so their team speed. This is what was a little bit disappointing. Like, we'll put the clock on, on some of our defense, and we'll play faster than a 3-6 down the line. Right now, their guys are scooting down the line 4-0, 3-9, whatever, and so the idea is, to train above game speed. So we'll put the machines on faster than the velocity we're going to see. We'll put the clock on the field at making plays faster than what any runner gets down the line. So it's this idea of that when you get in these high pressure, high leverage type situations, it almost feels like it can slow down a little bit because you've trained at above game speed. Now that wasn't always the case tonight. We did a couple of things unorthodox for us, but it's just how we train, and it starts in August, and it's part of that mindset of, whether it's mental toughness training or we're never out of the fight or it's all connected, but it's just being able to take a punch. It's being able to deal with adversity, and it's leaning into the fact that we're facing good teams, and if we want to compete to be the last team standing at the end, then we're going to have to be good in these high leverage, tight situations, high pressure situations. That's just got to be part of the identity of the team if we're going to be that team down the road. So I'm glad we're, it's callousing our mind. We're getting battle tested in these close games. Our guys are comfortable in them. We're not perfect in them as we saw tonight, but we found a way to be 1 run better, and that's, like you said, we've had that happen quite a few times already this year, but that's all good repetition for us for what's to come.
Coach McDonald was up to his old small ball tricks tonight, hitting runs, bunts. Does that put a little extra pressure on your defense situationally?
It did, yeah. It put a lot of pressure on us tonight, and we had a couple of double play opportunities to turn that we didn't handle. Could have ended the game with a double play in the 9th. It just, that's the MO of a typical Louisville offense. They're going to have a lot of speed, and they're going to be dynamic. They're going to be explosive. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to get on the bases and go. They're going to be aggressive even defensively. They ran a double corner crash with a runner on first. I've never seen that, or at least haven't seen it in a long time. And we talked about a slash, and we bunted right into the trap, and luckily the guy slipped. And then we normally on that play, you just want to keep wheeling when the third base is vacated, but we hesitated a bit there around second. But it's just kind of goes to just chaos. That all hell's breaking loose, and we got to be able to thrive in those types of situations. But that's a Dan McDonald coach team. That's a Louisville team. They're going to put pressure. It's going to be chaos, and you got to be able to smile at it and say, all right, we can play this way too. And I think that's a staple of ours too. We can make teams play fast, and I thought we did speed up a little bit, but in the end, we did just enough to be 1 run better.
Coach, what is it like for you to see Jack, a guy been in the program, 100th career game, and his first home run is a huge consequential hit in a top 20 matchup? I mean, for you to see somebody like that come through in that moment.
It's awesome. He's a great teammate. He's a hard worker. He deserves to be in the lineup every single day. Hate writing the lineup ever without him in there. And so for him to stay a good teammate, to continue to work hard, to be patient, to get his opportunity and to capitalize on it, and that was big time, and do it off a kid, also from Michigan. I don't know if anyone noticed that. That was a Michigan pitcher versus a Michigan hitter. you know, as we recruited both those kids at Michigan, at the University of Michigan. But you know, two good guys going at it, two good guys who found their way to the ACC and are both playing at a very high level. And so for Jack to capitalize in that moment at that particular point in the game, there was not a bigger hit that could have come in a more clutch spot for us to get the outcome in our favor.
I know you guys aren't playing in the game next week, but what's it mean for your program to have the Bananas here twice in 6 months?
The Bananas have revolutionized the sports entertainment industry and the baseball in particular. And you know, I think Jesse Cole's a creative genius. I think what he has done with fan engagement and entertaining fans in the world that we're now quickly shifting to, of where you know, the finances of college athletics are such more under the microscope than ever. He has really figured something out of how to engage and how to grow a fan base even more. Even these awesome college towns that already have these awesome fan bases, you know, said it a million times, but for us, you know, I love the atmosphere that we've created here. We average over 5,000 fans a game. It's electric, it's loud, but I think we can get to 10,000. And I think Jesse has some of the ingredients, and the Savannah Bananas have some of the ingredients that can create a more fun and exciting atmosphere, in addition to the baseball being played, that's going to help us bridge that gap and get to 10,000 fans here. And we got to do our part between the white lines, but then we want to create a situation where we're going to everyone and saying, you know, we can't build this thing fast enough. There's a lot of demand, and we got to grow it.
Coach, speaking of that atmosphere, with the alcohol sales now getting up in full swing for about a week now, have you noticed, I know you've been very excited about, you know, the beer sales and bringing that atmosphere. Have you noticed a difference in the rowdiness or more support from the fans, or any change that's come since then?
I have not looked over there. It seems like there's some energy going on over there. It seems like they're having a good time over there, which is great. But I'll have to do a better job of paying attention over there throughout the rest of the weekend. But I'm glad that our amenities are, you know, on par with what's in the, you know, the rest of the Power Four of college baseball, and that you know, for every fan, whether you're bringing a family or you're just a you know, a college student who's of age, or just a general fan, but to have, you know, to be, again, to have an atmosphere that, in an environment here at DKS that, you know, it's got, not only has great baseball, but great energy in the stadium, and it's got all the amenities, whether it's selling alcohol, or we've got the crowd into it, doing dances and chants, and you know, we're teams going into the crowd for the 4th inning salute to the military, or the 8th inning, we got the cell phone lights on for our night games. There's just looking for ways to just, you know, truly make this an awesome atmosphere. So the beer sales are part of it, but it's just a part of it. And there's a lot of things. We got a lot of ideas of how to continue to grow this thing, but we certainly don't want to be you know, deficient or short in any way. We want to provide the best experience possible for our awesome fans.
Anything else for Coach?
All right.